G'day, I'm Dave from the Australian Off-Road Academy. We've had the 200 series for about a year now, and we figured it was time to give you a look through it. Up front, of course, there's a TJM alloy bar. Now, this is the first car we fitted an alloy bar to. The weight saving from an alloy bar is just so significant, and in these days of ever-increasing GVMs, it really is a focus to try and reduce the amount of weight. So we've put an alloy bar up front and powder coated it black because there's no point in my life that I'm going to spend polishing an alloy bar. Bolted on, of course, to the alloy bar is our Warn 10,000 pound winch. Nothing but the best here. You know, when we need to do a recovery, it's serious. Sometimes it's for a bit of a demo, but other times we're properly in a bit of an awkward place. So we need to be 100% sure that that winch is going to work. And in order to do that, we've picked the very, very best there is. Also on the bar, of course, are our X-ray spotlights. Now these are sensational. These two lights punch out that much power, coupled with the LED headlights that are standard, of course, on the GXL. Night driving really is a comfort and a pleasure, to be completely honest. Down the side and underneath, of course, there's more steel protection. We've gone again for TJM steel bash plates. Incredibly strong, absolutely worth the investment of some proper steel bash plates, and of course the side steps as well. And of course, for vehicle recovery, we use the new super lightweight alloy MaxTrax recovery point. So clearly this vehicle does do a fair bit of towing, and it does tow a range of different trailers. So we fitted the new MSA towing mirrors. I love the fact that they fold in to just look like normal mirrors, but when we do have a trailer behind, we can fold them out a couple of times and they give that big extra vision. One of the first things people change on their four-wheel drive is put the most appropriate tyres on it. Now, I've always been a fan of Mickey Thompson, and I'm in love with these ATZ P3s. These tyres have done more than 50,000 kilometres. Awesome performance, awesome grip, and they've probably still got another 20 or 30 left in them. So on the roof, of course, we have the super lightweight but super strong Yakima platform. Really a big fan of the way Yakima have built that platform with the slats running east-west. That offers much more versatility in bolting down. On the side of that, we've got one of my favourite bits of kit that I've ever added to a car. That's the Darche 270 awning. The shade offered by that Darche is really quite something, but importantly, the awning's not too heavy. We originally had a 180 and it was pretty heavy. We then waited for the 270, the revised 270 to come out, and actually saved weight. So we don't have that massive weight swinging off the side of the car. Big fan of that. Of course, as with all our cars, we do have the trusty MaxTrax. They're sitting on a Yakima rack, so they're very, very well secured up there. In this car, we've got the 4 MaxTrax Extreme, of course, with the aluminium teeth. Amazing difference. So the MaxTrax Extreme just works so well. Obviously, around the vehicle, we've got some capacity for lighting. So we've, of course, got our little amber lights built in. We didn't want a big flashing orange light on the back of the car, so we built those into the rack, and they look really nice. And then some pretty high-powered work lights / reversing lights, or they could be used as reversing lights on the back. So obviously also on the roof, we keep our aerials. We keep 2 UHF and 1 mobile phone. That mobile phone aerial plugs into a Cellfi Go, a mobile phone booster, which is absolutely incredible. And of course, in order for aerials to work, they've got to be up high. You know, people hide them on their bull bars or hide them on their bumper bar. Height is might with aerials, and ours live on the roof. Under the bonnet, we've kept pretty normal. Toyota know how to build a good car. We have, however, fitted a lead crystal battery to run all of those extra sort of high power components. That's charged through a BCDC from Thunder Auto. That's a 40 amp BCDC. No problems at all with that. That's an awesome system. And in order to improve our off-the-line low-speed performance, we have fitted a couple of thermo fans to the intercooler. I spent a lot of time sitting in the front seat of that car, so I need it to be practical. So all around me, I've got some very, very cool gear. I wasn't super keen on drilling a whole lot of holes and putting a whole lot of sort of fake aftermarket switches through the vehicle. So I went with a trigger unit. So that trigger unit is removable. It actually works by both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to talk to the master unit that's at the back of the car. All the heavy cabling runs to the back, and we just have that little removable switchboard, which is pretty cool. There's also an app on my phone. Obviously a couple of UHFs. Now people often ask me why I have 2. The simple answer is 1 UHF on the channel that we're using for our convoy, and the second one might be on channel 40, or if we're in the desert, on channel 10, so we can keep an eye on what's going on around us. At the rear of the car, we do have our Polyair air adjustable suspension. I can pump it up manually, but I do have a little switchboard at the front of the car, and there's also an app on my phone which allows me to remotely control those airbags as well. Obviously, with all of the accessories we like to run, charging cameras, charging phones, charging all sorts of other stuff, you really can't have too many USB ports in a car nowadays. So we've had a whole bunch fitted. Some of them are live all the time off the second battery. Others are only on when the engine's on. It really does give me a versatility of being able to charge a whole lot of different accessories. I've had a aftermarket Apple CarPlay fitted. My mates at Northside Off-Road even customised the startup screen for me, which was pretty cool. Now, we don't always have the luxury of being clean when we jump back in the four-wheel drive, and I did really want to take care of the upholstery. In all of my vehicles, I've put MSA cotton-backed seat covers. I really, really like the MSA seat covers. They don't feel like a canvas bag like so many other seat covers do. They really do fit the seat properly. The cotton back also takes care of the seat. So when these come off in a few years' time, those seats are going to look brand new. In the back of the car, we do have our new MSA drawer. We've just put a single drawer in this car to try and keep some weight down. Next to that, of course, is the awesome MSA 40-litre fridge slide with our Engel sitting on top. Adjacent to the MSA drawers, we do have a little hidden compartment with a whole bunch of 12-volt power sockets. Now, our big Thunder compressor is actually hidden away inside the rear panel of the vehicle, but you can see the 12-litre air tank attached to the front of the fridge slide. And of course, with all the high-tech gear that we have to carry nowadays, like charging laptops, charging various other bits and pieces, the safest way to do that is through a quality inverter. So as you can see, we've put this four-wheel drive together with a view to being off-road almost all the time. We've done that with the very best accessories available on the Australian aftermarket. If you'd like to know more, head on over to our website.